Okay. Okay. Hi, my name is Desiree, and I'm a social work student at Charleston State University. And today I'm just going to be talking to you. And this is for my Practice 1 class, and I hope it's okay if it's on video. The only person that's going to see this is my professor and me, of course. Um, is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your name?
Laura Savage.
Okay, Laura. My name is Desiree Strange.
Yeah,
Okay.
Laura Strange.
Okay, so do you know what confidentiality is, Laura?
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever is between us, I cannot go and blab about it to everyone else. So whatever you tell me, I can't tell anyone else. And the only person who know, of course, like I said, is my professor. And okay, so how old are you, Laura?
40.
Okay, and
41. Yeah, 41. Yeah.
all right. And what do you identify yourself as ethnically?
White.
All right. And do you have a lot of family, Laura?
Family I talk to or my immediate family?
Either one, whatever you feel comfortable talking.
I have sisters that I talk to.
Okay.
I have a brother that I actually do talk to whenever he's not being a dickhead. I have a daughter and a grandchild. Woohoo! I love my baby. I love the baby. Yeah. I have 2 half sisters. Top. I have 2 regular sisters, and I have 7 other half sisters on my dad's side that I don't talk to. I don't even know. Well, I know one of them, so 6 of them I don't know.
Wow, that's a lot of family.
Yeah.
So how come you don't know the ones on your dad's side?
We never met them.
Oh, really?
Only one of them tracked us down when I was 13. She come, like, I'm your sister. When we went to SeaWorld. She was from Pampa. Her name was Glinda. But that's the only one that's ever bothered to track us down and stuff. But yeah, that was a hoe.
Okay. So your mom and your dad, they are not together. Are they still alive?
They're both dead.
Okay.
But they already separated before they died.
Okay. So your dad went off and had other children, or were these like
Children before us.
Okay, so you have older siblings, and none of them have contacted you.
No.
And you said you have a brother that you don't talk to.
Well, I do talk to whenever he, feels
whenever he's nice.
Yeah, whenever he feels like being nice.
Okay, and your daughter, how old is she?
22.
Wow, and the granddaughter is her child.
Yeah.
And you're really excited about that. You're happy.
You know I love the thing.
So, are you a part of any social groups?
I don't understand social groups.
Like, are you involved in your community? Do you do anything, whenever you're not working or at home?
All thing I do is my NA classes. NA AA classes.
NA. Okay. So, do you go to NA a lot?
Twice a week. Sometimes 4.
And does that help you a lot?
Help me out.
Like it's Narcotics Anonymous, right?
And then the AA is Alcoholics Anonymous.
Okay. So does it help you with so why do you go really?
I like listening to them sometimes.
So does it help you cope with the fact that you used to do narcotics? Is it other people talking to you and telling you their stories? Does it kind of help you accept yours?
It just makes you grateful that I wasn't as stupid as half of them
were.
Yeah. So every time I think I have it bad, listening to theirs makes mine just not bad.
So how bad did you have it? You said that you thought you had it bad?
Well, no, just not really. I mean, I had a lot more than people because I've always worked and had a house.
So how did being on those drugs that you were taking, how did that affect your life? And how has it changed now can you see the difference between how it was before and how it is now?
Well, now I have less stuff. That seriously goes back to that house and everything. And so now I don't have anything, and I'm starting all over. So yeah.
So you're starting all over. So what does that mean? Like, so you said you had a house. So do you not have one now?
No, I live with my daughter.
Okay.
Which is totally weird. It is totally weird because I'm used to her living with me.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like a big change for you from when you're in a house. So like, how come you no longer have the house that you had before?
When I got locked up, the person. Oh, okay. Oh, this is so confusing. Okay. Originally, the house I lived in Dominguez was my mom's. When she passed away, it was supposed to go to my daughter. My sisters had her will overturned so they could turn around and sell it. Mm-hmm. So I moved from there, from my mom's place, which I lived in up until like forever. Mm-hmm. Then I moved across town, and I was buying this trailer house. I like $800 having it paid off, and then she decided to quit taking payments and try to evict me.
Okay. So you seem really angry about that, like,
She just quit refusing to take payments. She wouldn't take them anymore. And then I found out later on it was because she'd already sold the property to somebody else for less than I was buying it for $10,000, and she sold it for $2,000.
So she didn't tell you before she did these things?
Nope. Nope, not at all. Yeah, it really sucked.
You know?
I lost everything. I mean, even everything in my room. I mean, everything. I have no clothes and stuff, nothing.
So on top of, selling your property without permission, she also took the property that was within that property.
Yeah.
And sold that as well, or just took it?
Yeah, she just told me they could have whatever was there. And I got locked up. And so I couldn't get it.
Did she ever try to offer you something else, offer you any of the money?
No, I paid $9,200 on this land. And we had to ready it. I was buying it, not renting it. Mm-hmm. And everything. And then she had turned around and sold it for cash so she could move to Galveston.
Okay, so you haven't been able to talk to her since because she moved after selling all of your. I can see how that could be very frustrating.
Yep.
So, did you ever try to take any legal action?
No, I fucked up for a year, so it's kind of, no point now.
Yeah,
I mean, what's done's done. I can't go back and undo it.
And she didn't give you a chance to speak your piece on the situation?
Nope.
Alright.
I mean, she wouldn't even take Tessa's money because Tessa tried to finish paying her the $800 so it'd be paid off, and Tessa you get the title to the land.
And Tessa's your daughter?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, and she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't take the money from Tessa either. I've been having problems with her taking my payments. She wouldn't take them.
So she wouldn't take your payments or your daughter's payment. So she wouldn't do anything. She didn't.
No.
And she didn't even try to, save it for you or anything.
No, she just turned around for quick cash so she could move.
Okay. Yeah, that would.
Yeah, after I paid $9,000 on it, $9,200, she sold it for $2,000 so she could move. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it was crazy. It was stupid. But she was that way, so I should have done that.
So did you have any transportation or anything during this time, before?
Oh yeah, I went through a lot of cars. I'm talented. Things, white cars, the electricity, always the wiring would mess up on them. Every white car, the wiring went out on it, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong.
So you just went through a lot of cars there.
Blue cars was always the transmissions. It had something to do with the transmission. I had a standard in the what's it called? The transmission was welded to the block, so you couldn't change to the clutch in it, and the clutch went out, so it was screwed. Alright, and the drive shaft fall off. Down the road, the drive shaft fell out from beneath the car. Crazy shit happened to me.
So you had some some pretty fun adventures in your cars.
Oh yeah, some crazy stuff happens. Yeah. I got some skills.
So, in that time while you were locked up, or as you say, locked up, like how did that have an effect on you personally, if you don't mind me asking?
I didn't like it. I'm not good. I'm not good in confined spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Especially people. Oh my god, I don't like people that much either. You know what I mean? Locked up in the room with 3 other freaking women. You just want to relax.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine actually going to prison when you have to deal with like 160 women in one confined space. No. There's no way.
I can see how that would be, just because you don't like confined spaces, and that would.
And people being too close to me, I have issues with that too.
And did you have to like share your cell with someone?
Oh no, we had our own little cells, our own little space, and then we have a common room, day room thing when I was in jail. And when I got to rehab, you had a bigger space, felt like your apartment with bunk beds in it.
So did you go to rehab like during your sentence in jail or after?
Well, I was in jail for 3 months and then rehab 9 months.
Okay. And how was rehab for you? Did you?
Went to a lot of classes, got in touch with my feelings.
And why do you use feelings with the quotations?
Feelings, because I don't really have a whole lot of feelings. Only one I'm good with is anger and hate.
So you only say you're only good with anger and hate?
Yeah, those I know very well.
Why do you feel like you don't know any of these other feelings?
I just don't deal with them. I don't have them. I don't do them.
You just kind of push them aside?
Yeah, the only ones I know is anger and hate. That's the way I was raised.
So your parents, did they show you a lot of anger and hate?
My father did. My mom was always scared. So.
Like, so was your father, letting out his anger and hate towards your mom?
No, it was towards me.
So did he do this physically, or was it just like an emotional or?
It was both.
It was both.
Yeah. With me, but not with my twin sister. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I have a twin sister. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, mention her, didn't I? Yeah. I'm that bad. I have a twin sister. She never got hurt. My older sister got molested. Our dad molested my brother and beat him. I don't think he ever molested me, but I would probably like it if it did. Mm-hmm. I just remember the beatings and stuff.
So how do you think what he did to you and your siblings affected your life?
Well, it makes me I don't believe in marriage. At all. I can't tolerate it, and I have a whole lot of anger issues towards male species.
And that's because of your
father, yeah. Mm-hmm. And coffee issues. Oh, I have coffee issues. Coffee used to be a major trigger for me. Because when I was a kid, I'd have to take coffee out to him in the mornings. Mm-hmm. And to the beating, and the yelling and all that. And so when I smell coffee, I get angry.
So.
Yeah, and then I would in turn have to beat somebody else up to release that anger.
So obviously you work at Subway, so when you're at work and you're making coffee, does it still have that effect on you?
No, not now. No.
So it was like as a thing that as a kid or like earlier in your adulthood or your adolescent life that this happened?
Oh no, it was all through my adolescent. I ended up with this guy named Stanley, and we figured out that's why. Because on the mornings, that when they didn't do coffee, I didn't smell it, then I wasn't angry all day long. I didn't, kick his ass or nothing. But whenever like he'd make coffee and stuff, and I'd smell it, I'd just be angry, and we ended up fighting all day long. And he's the one that actually figured it out, because I talked to him about, my childhood, and he's a real smart man.
So does this anger like affect your relationships with other people, do you think?
As long as it's not men, no.
So it's just predominantly targeted towards men.
Yeah, because I can't have low tolerance. I hate put with them, and I just listen to them. I just want to kick their ass.
So is there like any men in your life that are an exception to this?
Not really, no.
So it's just like. So do you have any more triggers, as you say?
I don't like the word stupid because of him.
And he used that a lot whenever he was speaking to you?
Yeah. I never should have been born. I was stupid. I was never going to be anything. Shot when I was born. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
So do you think that because he told you these things, such as that you're stupid, that maybe it hindered you from doing some things that you wanted to do in your life?
No, not really. Because I never let it ingrain in my head. I was always trying to prove me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I wasn't stupid, I wasn't useless. I just did things my own way.
So despite what he was saying to you, you didn't let it get to you?
Yeah, that's the word.
It's just that you took on that anger and that hate.
Yes.
Is what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah, I took down everybody else. Oh, well, not women, just men around me.
So you just displaced your anger into other things and other people.
Yeah, I used to get drunk, go to the bar, and pick a fight with the biggest man that walked in the door.
Wow.
Yeah. I can take down some pretty good.
Yeah. Did it ever scare you how much anger and hate that you felt inside?
It amazed me.
It did.
Yeah, because I was a small person at one time. And I could knock out some pretty big boys because of my anger, you know. And not really my strength, it's just the anger I had in me. You know what I mean? I could just turn it loose and, you know, direct it, you know, at one person. And I mean,
so when you got mad, it was just, was it kind of like you saw black? Like it was just, you know.
I enjoyed it better more than I did sex.
Oh, okay.
In my youth, okay? I mean, seriously, beating up a guy just made me feel.
It made you feel good inside?
Yeah, it just made me feel great.
It made you feel better? Like, did it help you release that anger to beat up the
Yeah,
guy?
because it's like I'm beating him up for a change, you know.
Like,
I was winning.
Did the guy ever have to, you know, do something to you before you initiated it? Or did you just, you know, initiate the poking so that you could get a rise out of him?
Sometimes I just walk up to him and punch him and start it. Yeah. Sometimes if they just made a comment that I thought was rude, I would go off on them just because I wanted to fight.
So, did you have any other jobs before your current job that, you know, this issue right here, you know, your anger towards men, did it ever have, you know, an effect on any other jobs?
No, not really. No, when I was at work, it was work.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody pissed me off at work, then I'd take it on somebody at the bar later.
So you were able to control your anger in the workplace.
Yeah. So I wasn't lose my job. That's supporting my baby and me. No, I'll take it out later.
So how old were you when you had your daughter?
19.
So you're pretty young when you had her. 19.
Not really. That's when most people had kids.
So whenever you know at that age for you, it was just like the same for everybody else having kids.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much the normal in Stephenville, you know.
Yeah. So you've lived in Stephenville your whole life, or?
Mingus.
Okay. So you used to live in Mingus. Where's that at?
It's like 30 minutes from here.
Oh, so it's not too far.
No, but the population is 212.
Oh, that is a small town.
Yeah.
It might be smaller than here.
It's a lot smaller than here.
Way smaller, especially since there's a college here.
Yeah.
So,
We almost done it.
okay, so you were 19 when you had your daughter, so, like, the father, was he in the picture?
Yeah. Well, before I found out I was pregnant, yeah. But once I found out I was pregnant, pretty much no.
So, he was around until, you know, you were like, I'm pregnant, and then he just...
I moved out. Yeah. I told him I wasn't going to raise my daughter, because, he was an alcoholic. Genius, but an alcoholic. I'm serious. He was a genius. When it comes to mechanics and stuff, because he could be drunk, passed out, puking drunk. They wake him up and have him listen to a motor, and he could tell you exactly what was wrong with it. You didn't have to guess. He could tell you what was wrong with it. And then he'd pass right back out.
So since he was an alcoholic, so you moved out because you didn't want your daughter around you?
Yeah, I didn't want her raised around alcoholics.
So you're doing what you had to do to protect your daughter?
Yeah, well, I just didn't want to, because, yeah, I didn't want her raised around the fighting or anything, you know, and she was with the alcoholism, there's always fighting.
So did he ever try to come back into the picture?
Well, we ended up going to prison for 9 years of her life, because I did not meet him again until she was 10.
So that must have been really tough for her and you as well, because maybe did she ask questions to you?
No, she still wouldn't see him, and she'd go see him on the weekends with her grandma. Yeah.
So did your mother help out a lot whenever you?
Yeah.
So whenever you moved out, where did you go and stay so that you could raise your daughter?
I moved in with my mom. Oh, yeah, I pretty much stayed with my mom.
So your mom was a pretty big part of helping you.
She's a very big part of my life, to the point of codependency issues with her. So yeah.
So when you say codependency, what do you mean, like? Because you said it was a codependency issue. Like, do you mean it in a bad way or a good way?
Well, like, I never paid bills. I always gave mom my check. And mom would give me money to, for the week or whatever.
So it's kind of like, whenever you were young, but you were both, you were doing your part.
Yeah.
So mom would pay the bills, and then so it was kind of like she was giving you allowance, do you think you say?
Kind of like that, yeah, because we worked at the same place, and mom would just, checks, pay the bills. I didn't have to worry about it, Everything was just paid for.
So y'all worked together? Was that weird for you?
No, I love working with my mom.
So your mom was a really big part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So you said she passed. How long ago was that?
10 years ago.
So does that still affect you today? Like, do you miss her? Do you still?
Oh yeah, I still cry. I'm a big baby when it comes to my mama. I just recently went out to her grave, and it looked horrible. So I was all upset, mostly because it looked dead, and her mom had a thing for wind chimes, and they were all busted and crap. So yeah, I was pretty upset that day.
So do you visit her grave often?
Not since I've moved to Steamboat. I don't have a vehicle right now, but when I did have a vehicle and stuff, I go out there every other week and see her.
Oh, it's good that that you still go and that she's still a big part of your life, even though she's not here.
Yeah, well, in rehab they called it codependency issues. I don't understand their logic on that one, but
So you don't agree with the codependency issue thing?
Well, not to which she's dead. I mean, she's dead. I don't get why they had such a big deal with me going out there.
So when you were in rehab,
they made an issue out of it.
Even though she wasn't, alive at the time.
Yeah. It was weird.
So did that make you angry for them to talk about it like that? Your relationship with your mother like that?
It's just whatever, So all you have to do is rehab, There's no point in arguing with them and telling them it's retarded, Because they're, if you argue with them, then they're going to keep you longer, so, yeah.
So you were trying to just, do what you had to do to make sure you
get out
to your family?
Yeah.
So, you said your mother's a big part of your life. So how do you think that she shaped, your values and your beliefs?
Well, that's a tough question. Because I wouldn't be me without my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So, she was a big part of my life. She worked hard. I guess that's where I get my, well, you heard me say the lean, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean.
Mm-hmm.
So, I knew my worth ethic, I guess, from my mom.
So your mother was very driven?
Yeah, my mom could not, she couldn't read or write. At all. I mean, I had to teach her when I got older how to, one thing she could write when I started teaching her was her name. But she taught herself how to drive a car. She used to work at this convenience store, you have to price things and everything. And she taught herself how to get by without being able, people didn't know that mom couldn't read and write.
So you and your mom really relied on each other a lot. That's really good. It's really good that you and your mother had a relationship like that, and it's really strong of you to be talking to me about your mother right now.
And not crying. It's a big thing for me.
I can tell that your mother is, a really big part of your life.
Oh, I love you more than anything. Yep. Okay. My nose is all blown.
Take some time.
I'm gonna blow my nose again. Go ahead.
Alright. So did you and your mother, whenever growing up, did y'all do anything spiritual wise? Like, did y'all go to church or anything
No.
you currently do?
No, we never went to church. And then Mom did have one of those family Bible things. But no, we didn't do church or anything. Mom was always working.
So do you wish you would have, went to church or anything? Or do you not?
No, because that just would have caused a little crap with Dad. Dad would have got pissed. So we weren't allowed to have toys and stuff. We weren't allowed for extra activities at school. We went to school. We weren't allowed to participate in football or anything like that growing up.
So your dad was really strict on y'all and didn't let y'all do
Yeah, we
anything.
worked. I was cutting wood, used chainsaw, cutting wood. Time I was 9, I could take a jigsaw apart and put it back together.
Wow. So, like now, do you do anything, in the church community?
No, not really.
So how do you, in terms of religion, then since you were raised and you had the Bible, so you obviously believe in something.
Well, I read the Bible when I was in rehab. I read the whole thing from front to back.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really believe in God because the supreme being being superior when we're all supposed to be equal. Plus, I mean, if you think about it, you'd be awful lonely, so I kind of like the Holy Spirit thing, personally, because, that's in us to choose to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's us. It's not somebody doing it for us. It's in us to do it for ourselves. We just have to choose to.
So do your spiritual beliefs affect any of your other values and beliefs you may hold?
In some way, I'm sure, but I don't know how.
What are some of the values and beliefs that you have?
I don't know right now.
Do you know any strengths maybe that you have?
Strengths.
Like something, it could be something you're good at, something you do well, maybe something with your family that you handle well, anything like that. Just
No, this is all new to me. I don't know what I do well again. I used to think I was really good at working and taking care of tests and stuff, but I don't know anymore. We're starting all over, so we have to find stuff.
Well, I think that a strength of yours is that you are okay, you accept your past and, you're able to talk about it and, and you see how it affects you and you don't let that control the way you live your life. And I think that's a strength of yours is that you are open about your past.
No, it's my past. It's what got me to this point. Good and bad. It takes both.
So you believe that what's in the past is the past and it happened and
you can't change it. You just have to get on. You can go on and learn from your mistakes.
So you believe that, anybody, do you believe that anybody can learn from their mistakes?
No, if they want to change, they can change. It's up to them to do it.
So you think it's good not to dwell on
the past. Because you can't change what you already did. You can only fix it, but you can't change it.
Well,
if you wrong somebody, then you can go and say, I'm sorry, and try to fix it, but you can't dwell on it because there's no point in it. You've already done the deed.
Mm-hmm.
You can only be sorry for what you've done, and not do it again.
I think that's a really good thing to believe in, because, dwelling on the past could have a negative effect on life and
your future, because you're still stuck in the past. That's a place to be, because that's already over with. You can't change that. That's back there. Go on.
Okay, so I want to thank you for doing this with me today. And just to recap, you're able to cope with your what your father did with you when you were younger, and your mother is a big part of your life. You do whatever you can to provide for your daughter and as well as your granddaughter.
Yeah, I love her.
And you said spiritually that you don't believe in the whole
supreme being thing.
The supreme being. Yes, you believe that the
It's
Holy
a
Spirit
issue. Yeah.
Okay. And I want to thank you for talking to me today, and I really enjoyed having you here. And thank you so much.
Thank you.